Hey guys, welcome back to The Mind of Brandon, and welcome back to another sexy Saturday. As indicated by the title of this video, Corey Wayne disciple Coach Eli wants to help me. So in previous videos, I've talked quite a bit about my total utter lack of success with the ladies. At the age of 33, I am still a virgin, never had a girlfriend before, and have never even been on a date. So in my late 20s, when I'd been researching all sorts of geeky stuff, history, mythology, sciencey things like, physics, astronomy, quantum mechanics, anthropology, psychology, right? I decided to apply my research skills to, figuring out how to be more successful with the ladies, right? So I start watching YouTube videos from the PUA community, lectures on, how to be more confident or how to improve your skills with the ladies, right? How to properly court, date, seduce, and just be more attractive in general, right? There's all sorts of advice on, how to get phone numbers, how to talk to strangers, how to be more successful with dating websites. What do you do to your profile? What do you not do? What kind of messages do you send? What kind of messages do you not send? What kind of pictures do you use, right? So, just doing all this research, I came across this YouTube channel called Coach Corey Wayne, and he's the author of a book called How to Be a 3% Man. He suggests that people read this book 10 to 15 times, says all of his most successful clients have read this book 10 to 15 times. So over the course of a year, I read that book 15 times. But here's the thing, after watching all these videos, all these lectures, after reading this book 15 times, constantly going out, trying to apply all these different teachings that people are giving, 33, still a virgin, never had a girlfriend before, and have never even been on a date, and still not even very good at getting phone numbers even, right? I've gotten one phone number since this journey began, right? So I relayed this information to the public in the form of YouTube videos, and I've gotten all sorts of commentary from people. A lot of it is actually pretty negative and nasty. People resorting to name calling. Fuck you, you're ugly, and you suck. People making accusations. Accusing me of not actually reading Corey's book 15 times, not actually applying his teachings. Accusing me of blaming Coach Corey Wayne for my failures, right? There's quite a bit of negative reaction to the videos I've been doing on this subject. A lot of personal attacks for it. That's interesting, right? But anyway, but it's not all bad, right? Some people have actually tried to be supportive, helpful. I got people trying to give me advice, that sort of thing. And Coach Eli is a good example of someone that's being helpful and supportive, or at least trying to be helpful and supportive. I'm going to be honest, the vast majority of the people who have tried to be helpful actually seem to be kind of missing what my main issue is when it comes to going out and trying to improve my pickup skills. And we're going to be talking about that throughout this video. So for now, let's just go ahead and look at what Coach Eli has to say. We're going to be looking at some of his critiques, some of his advice. Okay, when I say critiques, the guy's not like name calling or anything like that. He's just kind of saying, well, maybe you should do this instead of that. Right. So it's not like he's not being a jerk or anything. But let's hear what he has to say.
Brandon, let me tell you honestly, man, I'm not trying to criticize you, man. I'm keeping it real. Okay? Your wardrobe needs some serious help, man.
All right, Coach Eli, I'm going to stop you right there and address that and then come back to your video in a moment. This is actually a point I see raised a lot in the comment sections of my videos. People critiquing my fashion sense, my style, that sort of thing, right? They're just trying to help. That's fine. But when you're watching my YouTube videos, okay, the outfits you see me wearing, the vast majority of the time, those are not the same outfits that I'm going to be wearing when I, go out making approaches on women, trying to do pickup, that sort of thing, right? Sometimes it's the same outfit, right? But the vast majority of the time, it's just something that I'm wearing around the house, just kind of threw on, whatever, right? I came home from work last night, somewhere between 10, 11 p.m., right? Took off my dirty, oily, freaking pizza uniform, right? And I threw this stuff on, right? This shirt, these pajama bottoms, right? Don't even have boxers on underneath this, right? This is just casual wear, just stuff I'm wearing around the house, right? Right before bed, I took this stuff off, put it on the arm of the sofa, right next to the futon that I slept on. I do have a bed, but I was sleeping on a futon last night. But yeah, I tend to sleep in the nude. Okay, sleep naked unless it's cold, right? Then I'll put some clothes on, right? But usually I'm sleeping naked. So when I woke up this morning, this stuff was already sitting there on the arm of my sofa. So I grabbed it, I put it on, right? And that's what I've been wearing around the house so far. Okay, that's what I'm wearing in this YouTube video. Okay, that's usually what's going on. That's usually the situation when you watch a YouTube video of mine. What I'm wearing is just something. It was just handy. It's the same thing I was wearing the night before, right before I went to bed, right? So that's usually what I'm going to be wearing in my YouTube videos. Okay.
And let me tell you something here, okay? Look at the shirt I'm wearing here right now. I'm not saying this to show off. This is a $60 Calvin Klein liquid cotton shirt that I bought because I love Calvin Klein products and I love to look good and feel good.
Hold on a second. Okay. You spent $60 on a shirt. Sometimes when I'm going clothing shopping, like I'll encounter a shirt looks kind of pricey, right? Like I found a shirt for $60 before, and I was just like, I'm not gonna spend $60 on a fucking shirt, right? There's plenty of other pretty good shirts out there that are much cheaper than $60, right? So why spend $60 on a shirt? It sounds kind of desperate to spend that much money on a shirt just to impress the ladies. Oh wait, I am desperate, aren't I? Fuck. Oh god, I'm gonna take your advice, aren't I? God, I'm gonna buy a $60 shirt. I'm really gonna do that, aren't I? Oh my god.
And this goes beyond the cost of the shirt. But when you go out there and you're talking with ladies and they see you wearing a nice expensive shirt, they're not concerned about how much money you spent on the shirt. They're concerned about the fact that, hey, you're willing to spend that amount of money to take care of yourself, to look good for yourself. And when you go out in public, you look good and you feel good. And that just, brings off an aura that totally attracts people to you because of the fact that you take care of yourself. So, I'm going to help you with your wardrobe, Brandon, because it seriously does need a lot of help. Okay. Another thing I noticed in your videos, in one of your videos, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe it was just a reflection off your head or something, but it looks like you're receding a bit up top. It looks like you're losing your hair.
Fuck, he's right. Oh my god, I'm going bald.
I'm not criticizing you because in my early 20s, okay, my hair started to thin down. I have thin hair. And I was working for Costco at the time, and a bunch of ladies were telling me there, you look good, you look even better if you shaved your head. And it took me many years after that to actually shave my head. But once I shaved my head, my gosh, I got even more attention and I was just feeling even better about myself. So that's another thing, Brandon, right there. I strongly suggest that you end up shaving your head, and that's going to give you an amazing look. And then maybe even grow a beard like I've grown. I used to have a goatee, but last year after my ex broke up with me, I wanted to get a little bit of a different look out there. I wanted to kind of change things up because I get kind of bored looking the same. And, people that already know me have known the way I've looked with the goatee. So I want to throw people off a little bit and do something different. And that's why I grew a nicely trimmed beard like you see here right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's actually really good advice, because I do actually tend to shave my head at least once or twice a year. And every now and then I'll grow a beard, sometimes even shape it, trim it into something nice looking or whatever, right? Yeah, I actually recently did have one go in there, but here's the thing: I have this nasty habit when I have a beard. There's like this like fur like right here, and I'll just be like chilling on my futon or something, and I'll just start like chewing on the fucking hairs that are right there. I start chewing like these like fucking patches right there, and so my mustache is like no longer connected to the rest of the fucking beard. And at some point, it's just like, fuck, I'm just gonna shave the fucking beard, start all over, right? That's where I'm at right now. I'm starting over because I want that beard back. And yeah, I'll probably be shaving my head down here. So I'm like, I think that's good advice. Thanks, man.
Another thing, Brandon, okay, look at this hat here, okay? Because I have a shaved head, which I have no problem displaying publicly, okay? I have no problem with that. Sometimes I just want to wear a nice hat because it accentuates your face and your look.
That, I believe, is fantastic advice as well. Actually, recently I unearthed an old hat that I used to wear all the time. I had the name of a band on it that is broken up. It's a System of a Down hat, and I kind of got in this state of mind of I think I actually look better with a hat, and I was going to the mall and I don't know, I just felt like there was more women taking interest in me, wearing this hat, had my beard going at the same time. And so yeah, I think you're giving me really good advice here. Thank you.
This hat right here is a $35 wool hat made by Rooster Headwear. I got it from a guy that sells them on Amazon. Highly recommend it, man. It's very stylish, and it's not like wearing a baseball hat. You don't want to go on a date and wear a baseball hat. If you're going to wear a hat because you're receding or you don't have the greatest head of hair, wear a nice stylish hat. And I'll tell you, man, it's going to make a world of difference.
Well, I'm not going to be buying a hat that contains wool. I don't buy animal products. I'm a vegan. Don't get me wrong. Originally I just was trying out the vegan diet just to see if it would help me with some medical issues. Which, yeah, it actually did seem to. But then I'd be like watching this like animal slaughter footage from some of the vegan YouTubers, and eventually got to this point where I'm like thinking, well, wait a minute. It's like there's all these great vegan alternatives that exist to the animal products that people know and love. All this animal slaughter is completely unnecessary, right? I'm going off on a tangent. That's for my No Meat Mondays. This is Sexy Saturday. The point here is I will not be buying a wool hat, but I will be looking for a vegan alternative. I'm sure one exists. You are giving good advice here. Thank you.
Now, Brandon, here's the thing, man. Okay? And I just want to be blunt with you, man. I think you're a great guy, but I also think that you're a little more on the introverted side than the extroverted side.
What? How dare you? Actually, that's correct. You have accurately identified the situation.
I honestly think, Brandon, that you went from a guy that was completely shy, overweight, and introverted to somebody that's become very cocky, but cocky in an arrogant way. That's what most people are not mentioning to you out there. You're coming off as very arrogant, and the women are seeing you as a cocky, arrogant guy, and then they're like saying, this guy's really not the most attractive guy in the world. Not because you can't be attractive. You don't dress the part, Brandon. If you did, at least you'd have the looks to show the women, but you don't dress that great, to be honest with you, and your personality, in all honesty, is very arrogant. So you're completely repelling women.
All right, now right here I gotta kind of disagree with you a little bit. I mean, I totally get it if people who are watching my YouTube videos, that they're gonna see me like arguing with all sorts of people, whether I'm arguing with flat earthers or, people that think the Bible's the divinely inspired, inerrant word of God, everything in it is 100% true, right? Or if I'm, arguing with, meat eaters, talking about veganism, right? Or, I argue with a lot of people, right? And so there's this kind of general, I'm right, you're wrong, I've done more research than you don't know what you're talking about, right? And I get it if people, that comes off as arrogant to some people, right? But that's my YouTube videos. You know, if I'm going out doing approaches, okay, you know, like if I'm trying to find attractive women to talk to, you know, work on my pickup skills, I'm not going to be talking to them about those flat earthers and those people that think the Bible is the divinely inspired and inerrant word of God. Everything in it is 100% true. Oh, that means they believe in a talking snake. Oh, I'm not going to be talking to them about the people who don't understand the resource-based global economy. Oh, they think it's just communism. Oh, God. Right. I'm not going to be talking to them about all that stuff. Right, I'm going to be asking them, you know, basic questions. You know, what's your name? You know, do you live in this area? You know, what's your phone number? You know, things like that, right? So I don't really see why I'd be coming off as like particularly cocky and arrogant with like women that I'm like, you know, practicing my pickup skills on, trying to get phone numbers and stuff. That being said, this really takes us back to the point I was making about how very often when people are trying to help me, they actually seem to kind of misidentify the problem that I have when I'm doing pickup. They're thinking in terms of this guy is repelling women. That's not the issue. Not that I've never repelled a woman before. That certainly happens. Well, actually, just a week or two ago, I was at the mall. I saw this one girl. I said to her, "How's it going?" She fucking flips me off. Okay, I guess she wasn't interested. but you know, the vast majority of the women that I try to talk to are, you know, at least halfway friendly or something like that, right? Most of them don't seem repelled. That being said, how often do I get past, you know, just kind of greeting a woman in passing? How often do I go farther than that? And I actually talk about this a bit in some of my other videos. I'll just show you a clip to remind you of what is actually the situation here. I quit my job in December of 2015, and it gave me more time just, you know, to go out and try to meet women, that sort of thing. I got a lot more practice in the few months. I was just kind of living off my savings, you know, totally unemployed, right? And of course, during that whole time, I was also working on setting up this YouTube channel for, you know, monetizing my videos, right? But anyway, by February of 2016, well, February 2016 was when I turned 32. And when I turned 32, I'd already read Corey's book 10 times. I was on my 11th read, right? It was the day after my 32nd birthday that I got a girl's phone number for the first time. Now, when I say I got a girl's phone number the first time, okay, technically I'd gotten girls' numbers before, but this was the first time that I'd ever walked up to a beautiful woman that I'd never met before, struck up a conversation with her, and then got a number, okay? So after I got that girl's number, I was feeling pretty good about myself, you know, real excited with the progress that I was making, and I thought, well, from now on, it's going to be a lot easier getting girls' numbers. Yeah, it didn't work out that way. It did not work out that way at all. Over the next few days, you know, I continued going out, trying to meet more women, get more numbers, right? And there was just a scarcity of women, like everywhere I went. It's just like, where are all the beautiful women, right? Just having trouble finding them. And so when I finally did find one, what happened was I greeted her in passing. Didn't stop to talk to her. And I remember having this moment, I didn't stop to talk to her. Shit, I screwed up, right? Because, you know, I was actually starting to get used to stopping and talking to girls, but this time I just greeted her in passing. I went back to an earlier state. And guess what? It was like that for months. For months, I went back to just greeting women in passing, not stopping to talk to them. My confidence level went down. Now, eventually I did get back to a point where I could stop and have actual conversations with women and ask them for their phone numbers again, right? But that only lasted like a week or two, and then all of a sudden there's another scarcity of women anytime I went out. And so again, I regressed to an earlier state, right? So that's been the pattern, okay? As long as there's plenty of attractive women for me to practice on, I get better, I make progress. If I go out looking for them and I just can't find them, there's a total utter scarcity of them, then I regress. So it's not that I'm like repelling the women that I talk to. I need to actually talk to them in the first place, which, as long as there's plenty of them to practice on, I'll do that. If I'm not getting any to practice on, right, I'm just going to get out of practice.
I'm going to post this on your YouTube channel in the comment below one of the Corey Wayne videos, okay? And I'm going to invite you to email me at coacheli@coach.eliasmillis.com. I will put that link right where I share this video link within the comment section of one of your Corey Wayne YouTube videos you put on your channel there. So email me at coacheli@coach.eliasmillis.com. Send me your number and tell me when the best time is to call you.
Well, the truth is, I'm actually pretty shy about handing out my personal email and phone number to some guy I just met on YouTube. I mean, you seem like a nice guy. You probably wouldn't drop my docs, but I don't know, right? More so than that, though, you seem to have actually misunderstood my situation. You seem to be in the mindset of, oh, he's repelling women, right? That's why he's not having any luck when he's, going out doing this pickup stuff. No, like I'm doing things right. I'm applying the teachings that I've got from Corey or whoever, right? I'm applying the stuff that they've taught. It's just I'm not getting enough practice. I mean, there are times when I get more practice, so I make more progress. And there's other times when it's like, where are all the attractive women to practice on? And so I don't get as much practice, and I regress. That's the situation, man. You're not the only one who's missing this. There's so many people who watch my videos. They start giving me all this like advice. It's just like, dude, you're just fucking missing what the issue is. Where are the women? I'm going to show you a clip from another video where I'm just going on about this. Where are the women? And eventually it became a habit. Anytime I saw a beautiful woman, I approached her without hesitation, right? Didn't give myself any excuses not to or anything like that. I just fucking went for it. And so I eventually got to this point where it's like, wow, I think I can approach damn near any woman I want to. But pretty much when I got to that point, all of a sudden, it's like whenever I went out, there wasn't as many women. So obviously that meant I wasn't getting as much practice as I used to. And I guess I got a little bit rusty and I started to lose confidence. I reverted back to an earlier state. I went back to just kind of greeting women in passing. I again found myself in this situation where I have to work hard to I have to work up the balls to stop and actually have a conversation. I have to have the mental focus to remember, hey, don't just pass the girl, stop and fucking talk to her, right? And yeah, it's been a struggle ever since then. And so the point here is that my problem is not that I'm not opening the big hole in my mouth and talking to women. That's not the problem. The problem is, where are all the fucking women? And this is why I'm calling bullshit on Corey's claim that the universe is always going to bring you exactly the right people in the right circumstances exactly when you need it. If that's the case, then why isn't the universe bringing me enough women to practice on?
It's a numbers game. If you talk to enough women and are inquisitive enough and ask enough women out, eventually you're going to find the perfect girl for you.
Yeah, I get that. Where are the women?
Your assignment is, I want you to ask out 100 different women in person over the next 30 days. That's 25 women per week.
Where? Where am I going to encounter 25 dateable women per week?
Go to a large mall, trade show, walk around on campus, and put yourself in areas where there are hundreds and hundreds of people and women you can practice on.
Dude, that's what I've been trying to do. In fact, in the time since you left that comment, I visited two particularly large malls. One of them, I went there on a day that was, I described it as moderately busy. And I encountered a grand total of 3 approachable women. Basically, I just wound up greeting them in passing. Didn't go any farther than that. And the other one, I went there on a much busier day, and I only encountered 1 approachable woman, and I just greeted her in passing. Okay? It was really fucking busy. There was a whole shitload of people there, but only one of them was like, that is a girl I want to fucking talk to. but I just greeted her and passed. So hopefully it's starting to set in for everyone what the actual issue here is. You know, as long as there is a reliable place that I can depend on for a, you know, constant supply of attractive women for me to practice on, I will continue to make progress. Once the supply runs dry, that is when I am fucked. That being established, Coach Eli, your first video wasn't perfect, but it was actually pretty good. I, of course, didn't show all of it in my video. It's a 30-minute video dedicated to me, which is pretty awesome. So thank you, Coach Eli. That really actually made my day. Yeah, to anyone else watching, I do recommend that we support Coach Eli, at least for the time being, you know, until he gives us sufficient reason not to, right? You know, go thumb up his video, subscribe to him. I'll be doing that. Well, you know, watch his video in its entirety, of course, right? But yeah, I guess you came and you know, spammed my comment sections, and YouTube, you know, basically marked it all as spam, you know, held for review. I have to go hit check marks to say no, it's okay to show these comments here, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, you know, I'm recording this on Wednesday. I'll upload it on Saturday. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it with other people. If you're interested in watching my future videos, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. So have a good one, guys, and peace.